She nearly gets into the pool, and then we stop her. Well, she's 5. I doubt she could swim. So, yay! That's my first kid trying to execute themselves story. Um, Second one, yep, there's another one. So we have another kid. This was my first experience with a runner. I'd never had a kid that would do that before. Um, but have these, we have a summer camp program. And we have these people, these kids that come help with the summer camp program. And they're teenagers. And, some of the counselors are teenagers as well. But these kids are like counselors in training. And sometimes not hating on teenagers. I'm not that far from when I was a teenager, but they would sometimes make problems worse than what they were. And so one of our counselors in training was just like egging on one of our 5-year-olds. And he already got angry. Actually, my first... Oh, it was right there. That's fine. I'll see you in the next round. Okay, next round is about to start. So, yes, the child. The child was already angry. My first introduction to him, this isn't my personal introduction to him, but it was when I first heard of him, and I knew that he was going to be in my group. He was kind of already running around on the first day that we got there. That morning, he was just kind of like running around, not wanting to participate in the group activities. And one of the other counselors was like, "Hey, what's your name?" Like going up to him, trying to get him engaged and not running away. And I won't say his name, but he gave me his full government name. Or he gave the counselor his full government name. Usually when you ask a 5-year-old, like, "Oh, hey, what's your name?" You do a cute little kid voice, like, "Hey, what's your name?" They're like, "Oh, my name is," their first name. If they even tell you that. Sometimes they just stare at you and look at you. It's gonna sound like I'm talking bad about kids, but actually working with kids is like my passion and I love it, okay? Especially like the youngest groups, like the 4 and 5-year-olds. I love working with them, despite what you may hear in this video. Yes, but this kid, he didn't just say, "Oh, my name is George." That's an example. Like, "Oh, my name's George." No, he was like, "My name is George Wallace Cornelius." And we just referred to him by his full entire name the entire summer, because that was way funnier. And after the other counselor was like, "Hey, what's your name?" And he was like, "George Wallace Cornelius." Then she was like, "Okay, George Wallace Cornelius, what's wrong?" And he's like, "I am madder than a moose." And guys, that was totally my fault. I was so distracted by madder than a moose. He was madder than a moose. And I'll be honest, the entire summer he stayed madder than a moose. But, that's okay. Hold on. BRB. Okay, we're back in another round. I will try to be more focused, but I don't know if that will occur or not. But yes, so my introduction to this kid was already super interesting, but then I find out, he's definitely a runner, and we go on many field trips, so when we go to the movies, he does good for like maybe half a second. If it's a movie he likes, he'll sit down for like more than half a second. But if it's not something he's completely interested in, he won't wait for himself to be captivated by the movie. He just gets up and starts running around the entire theater. So that's what movie days look like. But also, we go to the park and stuff, and, we'll walk around the trails. We have about a group of 5-year-olds, pretty much. It's mainly 5-year-olds. And there's about 30 of them and 2 counselors. So I'm at the back. The other counselor, she's at the front. And then we have that counselor in training in the middle with this kid, and she just kind of like eggs him on until he's madder than a moose once again, and he just starts running. For reference, this trail was right next to the road with traffic, so he just runs into the road. And I've never been more stressed in my life. There wasn't a car coming from the direction that I could see in that very moment, but there just could have been, and I was very stressed, and so I start full sprinting at this kid. And he's already way ahead of me, so the other counselor says, wait, to the other group of 29 other 5-year-olds, and she starts running after him, and I watch her like scoop him up. He's a very scoopable kid. Like he's tiny, he's cute. She scooped him up. I can't remember if he went home after that or not. Perhaps. Oh no. Oh, I had a power up to save my life, but it's okay. We'll continue. This won't go on much longer, I don't think. There's only 3 people left. 4 people left. It's fine. I'll let you watch the game. But, yeah, she scoops up this kid, and that was so scary for me. I know it might not, it sounds bad, but it might not sound super bad, because there wasn't a car coming. None of my kids got hit by a car, but that was definitely at the point in the summer where I was like, oh, we're not gonna have a good time. This is not a good time. But yeah, I love this kid. He's still in our program, didn't get kicked out. That other girl, she got kicked out. Not specifically after the incident I shared, but pretty soon after. So yeah. But I love these kids, okay? They just need some extra love and attention that is hard when you have 30 other kids. So, next story. Okay, guys, don't worry. I only have 2 more. You only have to stay focused for 2 more stories. But I know I'm a rambler, so I apologize. Next story happened not in that okay. Not in... Is this orange? Yeah. No, wait. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I'm an idiot. I'm an imbecile. I apologize for being an absolute silly goose. That's my bad. Okay, the next story happened not in the program, but when I'm actually babysitting the kids when their parents are like working out in the gym. This happened in like the baby area, like little babies, like infants and toddlers. And I have a kid that I see frequently. I love her to death. She actually makes me giggle quite a lot. She also makes me extremely stressed out. She's like maybe 2 tops. Can't talk, can walk pretty okay, but boy is she expressive. She loves the taste of anything that's not food. It doesn't really matter what it is. As long as it's not food, she loves it. Especially when it comes to crayons. And like, her parents expect me, when they come back to get her, they expect me to be like, yeah, she ate this, and this, and this, and this. So they weren't really upset, but the first time I met this kid, I didn't realize that, she was gonna eat everything. But she decided, like, oh, let me introduce myself to Miss Abby. Is this the right color? It wasn't. My bad. Okay, we'll start here. Yeah, she decided, let me introduce myself to Miss Abby by eating absolutely every crayon in this entire room. And so I just wanted to color with the kids. I was like the one in charge this time. Usually there's 2 people and I'm not in charge. But I was this time. And so I was like, oh yes, let's all color. How sweet. No, this kid, I'll call her Sarah. Sarah was like, no. So I had her sitting next to her sister, coloring. I know she's 2, but they scribble. That's okay. So she's scribbling, and then I start helping another kid write their name on their paper because they're all done. And I look over and she's got half a crayon down. Like, she's already eaten half a crayon. And I yank it out of her mouth, and I, make her kind of spit out everything. And, half a crayon, she's not gonna die. It's okay. So I sit her right next to me. In our cute little tiny little toddler chairs. I'm like, yeah, girl, you're sitting next to me so I can keep an eye on you. So I have her next to me, and I'm coloring with her, and then another kid asks a question. So I look up, answer their question, look back, she's down another half a crayon. Are you kidding me, Sarah? What are you doing? I literally sat you right here, so that did not happen. Okay, this is gray. This is gray. You can't tell me this is not gray. It's gray. I was like, Sarah, what are you doing? She's banned from crayons, basically. She ate enough that day to where it was like, no. This has been months since this happened. I've given her another chance and she's done better. She's only eaten black. Is this black? Yes. She's only eaten like a fourth of a crayon since. So, when I'm there. Anyways, so pretty proud of her. She's also one of those kids where if you look away, she's already up on top of the refrigerator. Like, how did you get up there? You're 2? Like, she can walk, but when she walks, it's really stumbly. Ah! There we go. Yeah, she be crashing through the entire room. Like, it's really hilarious if you're not the one in charge of keeping her alive. But her parents expect her to probably accidentally eliminate herself. So I just keep them posted on what's going on. Oh, crap. Okay, it's getting really fast. I'm laser focused in. I'm locking in. Okay. Hup. Got it. Are you kidding me? Guys, you should fall. Am I on gray? Yeah. Okay. Just me and you. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes, I did it. Okay, I was really focused. I fully stopped the stories. Because I had to focus in. Okay, last story is also about the childcare job. I probably won't tell any stories about my new job because bye guys, because I just started it, so I don't really have any stories. I feel like I was next to a green and I just walked away from it. Yeah, I was. That's okay. So, last story is just about our older kids area. I typically work with the younger kids, but we do have an older kids area. We have an area with 6-week-old babies until 5 years old, and then we have an area for 5-year-olds up to 12-year-olds. And so when you mix 5-year-olds with 12-year-olds, things don't always go smoothly. But yeah, when you mix older kids with kids significantly younger than them, things happen because some older kids are not very... they don't really consider that when they get in trouble with one of the little kids and they push them, they're gonna get in more trouble than if it was an older kid. So I had this older kid that got into a little conflict with one of the 5-year-olds. And we have some mats in the playroom. Is this the right color? Yay! Yeah, we have some mats under our little rock climbing wall in there so that, when kids fall off, they don't break their head, which is ideal. So this kid was on a mat, I'll have you know, which makes this story much less scary. Sorry, I thought I heard a knock at my door. Uh-oh. I thought that gray was black, and I think that other guy did too. But yeah, this older boy gets into a conflict with a 5-year-old, and I'm thinking okay, you guys aren't brothers, why are you fighting? You're 12 and he's 5. What kind of Like, what power does this 5-year-old have over you to make you so mad? I don't understand. But, this older kid gets angry and he's yelling at him, and I'm yelling across the room like, hey, hush. It's not a big deal. Chill. I did not say these words exactly. I might have said hush, but, I understand kids get angry, and you cannot rationalize with them. But, I'm like, hey, stop. And then he stops and he backs off for a little bit. And then I turn and I do something else for a second. And I look over and I look over with just enough time to see the 12-year-old push the 5-year-old, which is fine. But he's 5 and he was like a little 5-year-old, like a little tiny 5-year-old. Like, some of them look like they're 5 and some of them look like they're 3 and some of them look like they're like 8. And kids' sizes vary. Sometimes you just cannot tell by looking at them. But this 5-year-old was really little, and this 12-year-old was really tall. And, the 5-year-old was on the mats and the 12-year-old wasn't. But when he pushed him, I swear that 5-year-old went flying across the room, which is horrible. And we should not laugh at that. But dude, it was so funny. I mean, it wasn't, because I was in charge of keeping these kids alive. So obviously it was not funny at the time. But thinking back on it, I'm like, dude, that 5-year-old was over here, went flying all the way over. Oh, I do hear knocking on my door. It's my dog. Your dog ever knock on your door? But yeah, so I stand there for a second and process what I just saw. And then I yell really angry. So this older kid knows that he's in trouble, because I don't really do that often. And I grab his attention and I was like, you better come over here right now before you get in even worse trouble. So I bring him over to me and I start being like, what were you thinking? That kid's crying, obviously. The 5-year-old's crying, but he went flying across the room from literally one push. So, oh crap. I just ran into oblivion because I knew I wasn't going to make it. But neither did really anyone else, so it's okay. Oh, somehow okay, whatever. I think it's because I jumped before the ground broke, so I already had a bit of height on everyone else. But yeah, I'll stop playing for now because, this is my last story. We'll go to the lobby. But yeah, so this kid gets sat in timeout till his mommy gets there, and then he starts yelling like, I didn't do anything wrong. This lady doesn't know what she's on about. And it's the grandma, I think, actually. She does not care. She's just like, she doesn't care. Sorry, let me rephrase that. She doesn't care about what he did wrong. She just cares that he said that he didn't do anything wrong, and so I'm obviously wrong. It's whatever. Anyways, those were my work stories. I know, really, like, random thing, and also I ramble a lot, because I'm a yapper. And also I'm all over the place because I can't hold a coherent conversation because I have ADHD. But it's okay. So yeah, hopefully there will be more uploads. I do have that other job. I work every single day. But I only work about, like, a little bit over full time. So I'm just trying to pay for college because I'm broke. I went to college for a little bit and then I had to take the semester off because I could no longer afford it. So yay, we're working 2 jobs right now. Yippee. So that's why I haven't, guys, I'm bad. So that's why I haven't been posting a lot. But yeah, I will let you guys go now. Hopefully there will be more videos soon. I think the next video that I'm going to post is going to be like an about me sort of video. We're going to be playing games, obviously. Probably Minecraft. I'll probably only play Minecraft. I'm not in a Minecraft phase right now, but I love playing Minecraft. So we'll see if I can do this thing where I talk and play the game at the same time. Obviously I'm not very good at it, but we're working on it. I'm inspired by Technoblade specifically, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I will talk to you guys hopefully very soon, and I hope you have a good day. So bye bye.